Okay.
All right. Gamers, gooners, boys, girls, aliens, savages, whatever you are, we're here for podcast 37 of the Overkill Podcast. I'm Meta, and I'm here with...
Kirby DK10, baby.
Yes. Yes. We're here, and I am losing it tonight, so hopefully this episode doesn't end up as a train wreck. Pulled up a few of the homies' Twitch streams to have playing in the background, give them some support, and have some music playing. So,
Based.
we're here. And yeah, I guess we'll get started on just some smaller news stories that have come out. I think we have some pretty big topics to cover in this episode. I know just something cool I found this morning is there is a Patrick Star game that came out on Steam, and it looks like Battle for Bikini Bottom 2, basically. It plays just like it. It has shitty ratings just like the remake does, and yeah.
It actually says mostly positive on Steam.
Oh, maybe it was just the review website I was using then. My cats are about to knock over the guitar again. I'm gonna fucking lose it. There are sections where you can, there's like giant magnets. There's bowling. There's like skydiving. It really does scream Battle for Bikini Bottom 2 to me a lot.
Yeah, I think this is more like in the... Because they already had like the Cosmic Shake, which I thought was more like FB2 kind of. I think with this one, to me, it looks more like...
Holy
there's
shit!
variety. Like it looks like you can drive around. There's like kind of like a Mario Kart mini game, and it looks like mostly just a ton of little mini games that you can play. It's $40. I don't know if that's really... I don't think it's really worth that much, but definitely maybe on sale.
Yes, maybe on sale. It does look good. It looks like it probably plays pretty good. I just another game I don't have time for, but y'all check it out. It looks awesome.
Yeah,
Looks really cool. There's pinball. Just figured we'd start out on a slow note. What is squeaking?
yeah.
Holy moly! What is...
My guy's losing it this time.
Oh my gosh, my desk. Can you stop moving, cat? I'm really... I'm gonna snap today, dude. I cannot deal with this right now.
Yeah.
I'm like legitimately gonna lose my shit. Okay. In a great mood today. My chair squeaks, my desk squeaks, the cats knock over my guitar. Like, I just can't. Oh, I'm just gonna squeeze him to death. Just give him a big hug. Oh, I'm gonna go crazy today.
I think with this episode, I also I kind of wanted to get more creative, and I always like to ask this question to my friends. I think I've asked it to our friend group. I've at least asked them to name like one game or make one game. But if we could, what would be our like dream video games that we would make if we had all the money, all the resources in the world? Right? It's just like anything's possible. For me, I would want my first game would be after BO6 comes out. They either support that forever, or I think would be a better thing to do is to like call it off for 3 years, make like a Black Ops 2 style game, no tac sprint, no nothing, just regular sprint, like BO2, dude. And then they just put like the best 70 maps from like all the games, put them all into one. and like the best guns and all that. Basically, something similar to like COD Online or COD Mobile, but for PC. And it would just get supported for like I think like supported for 3 years would be nice. And then I think my second game that I would make is I would take it would be I think I would take like or make a game that's kind of has like that Overwatch art style, but it plays more like Final Fantasy 14. It's basically like an MMO, but instead of like subbing and like having to sub every month, I would rather have it be like ESO Online, where you can just buy the expansions and then you have them forever. I don't know. I don't like sub games, subscription based games. And then, I don't know what my third game would be, but what would one of your dream games be?
Gok 3000 Sim. No, I'm just kidding. Honestly, I think if I could have a dream game, it would probably be an FPS roguelike that's actually enjoyable and actually like difficult. I find a lot of the like FPS roguelikes rely too much on just like health sponges or inventing enemies that just kind of cheese you a little bit too much. I'd prefer something with with more just kind of traditional enemies in it. I think the second game I'd like is basically Modern Warfare 3 Survival. Just its own game, so entirely just survival mode, and then just a ton of maps. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Basically like Infinite.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think for my third one, I think it would be something kind of similar to Paladins. But I think I would like it. I like the idea of like having to level up your skills. And I can't remember. I think now Paladins, you have all your skills. I think it would be kind of cool if you had to like go on like if you it was basically it would play something more similar to like League, but it would be an FPS still. And you would have to like level up your skills and buy items. So it would basically be like Paladins, but you wouldn't start out with all your abilities. I don't know. I think that would be kind of interesting. But yeah. We can move on if you want.
Yeah, I don't know if I have a third one. Honestly, I don't know. I'm always good with just like if I got to make a game, I've always wanted to make a platformer. I don't know what it would be, but I would just like a platformer. But yeah, I guess we'll move forward, baby. I think we're probably good to move on to just this other small story here. Silent 2, yeah. Silent Hill 2 is apparently coming out. They're doing a remake. They're working on the camera. Apparently the fixed cameras are gone and it'll be over the shoulder. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. Probably takes away a little bit from the suspense, but you can always just pirate the original. So, yeah. I know we're not big fans of horror games, so I wouldn't play it, but I know you've dived into them a little bit. Is this something you think you'd play just to experience it, or?
I don't know. I have to see gameplay for it because I have played a little bit of like Resident Evil 4, and the remake for that actually it made it a lot more like modern, and so like in the original you would have to press like LT to zoom in, and you couldn't move, and your movement stick became your aiming stick, and that always to me was weird because I come from Call of Duty where it's like you can move and shoot. So like whenever your character stops, and then like you expect to aim with the other stick, but you're still aiming with the movement one. It's kind of weird, but I don't know. I mean, with the remake though, they had it to where you could move and use the other stick, so they like modernized it a little bit. So we'll have to see. Obviously they're different games. Yeah, I'm not too big into the into any horror games, but yeah. Yeah.
E. I'm excited. I might get it. I don't know. You know I won't. I like one of my favorite videos on YouTube though is the one where that guy breaks down like how deep the story is. And he does I think he does 3 videos on 1 through 3. And it's fascinating. And they're each an hour and a half long. It's crazy.
Okay.
Oh my god, cats.
I think
I'm gonna snap.
To on to the next little bit. I just kind of wanted to...
They're gonna send me into the next dimension. They're fighting on my desk now, which is squeaking like crazy. The audio for this episode... up.
It's gonna be scuffed. Uh-oh.
All right, folks.
We're back.
Hey, I'm back. I told you these cats were little terrorists tonight. They decided to stand on the power button and shut my PC off. Oh boy. I've got all my notes down. I'm sincerely losing it tonight. I might go insane. It's 12. I'm exhausted. I am so tired. And these fucking cats are fighting on my desk, turning off my computer, harassing me nonstop. Now I'm so excited I'm coughing. The audio is great this episode. I don't even know if we should post anything.
Oh my.
All right.
So this week we were going to play some Overwatch 2, but I uninstalled the game. I played some MW3 instead, and I don't know, just coming back to the game, I think it's really sad that they aren't continuing with support. I mean, I know that's just how Call of Duty is, but I feel like this year the amount of stuff they added, just the amount of stuff they took from Modern Warfare 2 and carried forward, I thought that was a good idea, but it's kind of sad that we're going to lose all that with the transition. But I don't know, how do you feel about MW3? Do you think it was because Exclusive Ace did a breakdown of the amount of content. If you look at it, it had 60 maps, and then roughly calculated, if all the variants and stuff, if you take all those out, you really only have 45 maps, which I still think is better than what we've had. And even I think it was Cold War that got the most support so far. And so yeah, I don't know how do you feel about that?
Well, I thought MW3 is a good game. I guess I'm sad it won't get support. I mean, honestly though, all CODs have been pretty horrendous, as we've discussed before. So, to me, another one dying isn't really. I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. I'm kind of apathetic. I don't really care too much. Overwatch 2 isn't good. MW3 wasn't really that great. Black Ops 3 looks to at least be mid. So, yeah. I mean, I know maybe I should care, but I don't. I don't know.
I think you said Black Ops 3 instead of Black Ops 6, but yeah.
Just to be honest. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they're all the same nowadays anyway. No. Yeah. Oh, Lord.
I guess we can move on if you want today.
Sure. we have quite a few more stories. AAA games, actually, that leads in perfectly to what I wanted to talk about. I know we had the question about, what ideal games would we make and stuff like that. So I was thinking, and I was like, well, are AAA games just so bad that you start that question again where you're like 12, where you're like, man, maybe I need to make my own game. These games suck. Are AAA games getting worse? Is the question. But I I don't know about getting worse. They definitely have more content than ever before, but it's just content that like I don't want to engage with normally. I think indie games have really taken over that market of like interesting content.
Yeah, I mean, the few games that I think are good that have come out over the past years were Elden Ring, which was 2022, and I don't think there's been a game that's been as good as that that has come out. I think maybe Final Fantasy VII Rebirth could have beaten it. And then you really have mostly like I would say some AA games like Helldivers 2 that were pretty decent. But I don't know. I think this like whole console generation has been really a dud. And I don't think it's just because of the pandemic. I just think it's because the companies are like growing bigger, but they're also at the same time they're not. They're sort of like watering down the franchises they have, right? Or like making games that are just so generic.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I really see the problem to be. Is I mean they're at the point where they're just releasing things to release things and to have a next installment in the series. I don't think. I think COD is probably the biggest offender of this.
I mean, yeah, it's definitely up there.
I don't know how many franchises have really done that recently, though. I know a lot of games now just tend to like rebrand or change how they like monetize, like Overwatch did. I can't think of a ton.
Yeah, I mean, well, yeah, I don't know, huh? But yeah, I mean, this generation has been really bad. I don't know. Battlefield, you had 2042 and Vanguard. I remember that in 2021. Yeah, I don't know. Basically, as far as I see it, this generation, in terms of AAA games, the only good one has been Elden Ring, and that's about it. Whereas, like, even in the PlayStation 4 generation, I mean, you had like Breath of the Wild and Uncharted 4. You had like games that actually mattered. Whereas like nowadays, I feel like they don't. I don't know. They don't have that like same impact. And then obviously the 360 had tons of great AAA games, but
they did. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know if there's just so many games now that AAA games just don't seem that good, or I don't know if it's a matter of like there's so many indie games now that are just so good. I mean, right now I have someone playing Stardew on my second monitor named Seiko Neko, I guess, and I mean, hell, Stardew is better than almost any AAA game that I can think of that's out right now. Not in the past, but
that's the thing too. It's
right now for sure.
All the games that could be or could have been made either got scrapped and made into like free to play games, or they just straight up got scrapped and instead they made a free to play multiplayer or something. Yeah.
Epic.
Speaking of free-to-play games, baby. The CEO of Epic, Tim Sweeney, said a lot of games are being released with big budgets and not selling. Back. And he also says the industry is going through a generational change. I think it already has gone through. Most games now are vying for people's attention and time. That's why they have, the Battle Pass. It's the new invention to get your time and money. So
yeah, I know is it Bethesda right now? What's that company that's really going through it right now?
Yeah,
is it Ubi?
I don't know. Who else?
I mean, they released some bad games recently. Yeah. I think it is Ubi.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely Ubi. I mean, you can see it with games like that. People... I know we covered it extensively, but people were so excited for an Assassin's Creed in Japan, and then what do we get? We get some DEI shit show that I don't think is ever interesting to anyone, and it's no one's idea of what would be Assassin's Creed in Japan. So
and that's the thing too, is like if you're gonna come out with like a premium release, you have to because gamers now aren't dumb, and so they know, a lot of them know not to pre-order. I actually think one of the most interesting things that I saw is that the new what is it? The new Budokai game. I think it's Budokai 3. It had more pre-orders than Black Ops 6. And I think that's kind of a good thing. It's kind of not, because I don't think you should be pre-ordering at all. But I think the market's finally, or people are kind of finally wisening up to not pre-order, hopefully. But and that's the thing too, is like, and the thing too is like the market whenever the economy's rough like it is now, people only got like money for 2 to 3 games a year, and if you're gonna release DI woke stuff, and whenever there's like stuff that's way better,
I mean, why would you ever, right? Or why would you want one AAA game that is probably going to be super mid for $60 whenever you could get 2 to 4 indie games for the same price?
Here it is, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero.
Like,
I knew it was something to do with anime, with Goku.
Goku. There are just so many games that come out. So many AAA games, too. So, like, not only are you asking everyone for $60 consistently for tons of AAA games, there are just so many, I think, better indie games that exist for cheaper. So, yeah, I bet they are suffering. Yeah. Might be good for them. Might make them get their shit together.
I hope so.
I don't know. Maybe.
Also,
just an idea. You don't have to listen.
I also think one last thing I want to say is that Goku from Fortnite.
It is indeed Goku from Fortnite.
Well, it's been a shorter episode, boys, but I hope you guys enjoyed it.
It has been one filled with suffering. For me. With these fucking cats. We're probably going to record the other one tomorrow because we're going to be gone next weekend. But, yeah, hopefully that was salvageable and hopefully y'all enjoyed. Sorry about that. But, it's how the cat food crumbles.
We'll see you guys later. Peace.
Bye.